No surprise there. What's up, YouTube? It's another day with the one and only Billy J. And this is another episode in our Week Late and Dollar short series of our review of American Idol Season 14, Episode 21, Down to the Top 10. The theme of the week was movie soundtracks, so the Idol contestants sang songs from the movies. The first person to perform was Adana Duru, and she sang I Love You, I Do by Jennifer Hudson from the movie Dreamgirls. I think Adana Duru missed an opportunity to sing a Tina Turner song. Maybe if she's still here next week she could sing one. Adana seemed to have struggled just a little bit in the low parts at the beginning of the song, but she definitely hit those high notes. And I'll have to give it to Adana Duru. She does have one of the most powerful voices of this season. Next up was Daniel Seavey, and he sang Lost Stars by Adam Levine from the movie Begin Again. This was actually a pretty decent Daniel Seavey performance. He was originally supposed to play with the piano, but he couldn't get the keys down without looking down all the time, so he decided to play with the guitar. One thing I didn't like is his falsetto. I personally don't like Daniel's falsetto. I like it when he just sings in the lower range than trying to hit those falsetto notes. And his voice was a little shaky in parts. And poor Keith Urban was the only judge that clapped, and also the only one that gave him a sort of compliment. Poor Daniel Seavey. He got on through because he is so cute. Thanks a lot, J-Lo. The next green chair was Rayvon Owen, and he sang Staying Alive by the Bee Gees from the movie Saturday Night Fever. Rayvon slowed the tempo of this song to a lot slower than the normal version of this song, and he sang most of the song in a falsetto. I'm not a huge fan of Rayvon's falsetto either. I just love the silky smoothness of his regular singing voice, but definitely not his falsetto. Maybe in small portions of the song, but definitely not most of the song like it was in this song. The performance of the song was extremely lacking. He just kind of hung out in the back of the stage with the backup singers and kind of swayed and sang along with them. And then he went over and went with the guitar player and danced with him for a little bit. And then finally at the end he came to the front of the stage. When he was singing with the backup singers, I couldn't tell whether or not he was the main singer or a backup singer. I am definitely not a fan of this song choice and the way he sang it, nor the arrangement. Smiling Nick was next, and he sang Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins from the movie Top Gun. Vocally, Nick was pretty good. Performance-wise, he's improved. He was up there getting the crowd pumped up, running all around the stage. But unfortunately, this song was pretty hokey, and his performance was pretty karaoke-like. Nothing too exciting for me, and I personally thought it was a poor song choice. Next up was my favorite contestant, Joey Cook, and she sang Mad World by Gary Jules from the movie Donnie Darko. She did a wonderful, haunting, beautiful version of this song. And I have to say her voice was perfect for this song. And to compare this version of the song to Adam Lambert's version of the song, I would say Joey Cook's version is just slightly in second place, but just barely. Tiana Jones sang Circle of Life by Elton John from the movie Lion King. I just want to say I love Tiana Jones. She's got a great voice, and she is potentially the front runner. And she definitely sang her heart out in this song, and unfortunately she sounded just a bit pitchy and a bit shouty in areas. This definitely wasn't her greatest performance, but she did a pretty good job. Quentin Alexander was next, singing You're the One That I Want by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John from the movie Grease. No, Quentin wasn't up there jiving away. He slowed the tempo down to make it Quentin-esque. This was a very haunting version of the song. What a great artist. For me, it was a great performance, and I didn't think it was pitchy, so I don't know what Harry was listening to. Next up was Maddie Walker, the girl I claimed was the dark horse. as she sang Let's Hear It For The Boy by Denise Williams from the movie Footloose. And she sang the song with a country twang in it. And despite this performance, I still believe that she could sneak up in there in this competition. My thoughts when she chose this song was like, there are like a million country songs in movies that you could have picked from, and this is the song you picked. But I'm going to give Maddie Walker a pass on this because she was sick from last week, and so she didn't get to do a lot of things that the other kids did. Like she didn't get to meet up with Mentor and perform in front of him and get those notes and whatever else she didn't get to do, so I'm going to give her a pass. But when she picked this song and performed it in front of Scott Borchetto, he should have told her to pick a different song. Isn't that what you're there for, Scott? To mentor the kids and help them choose the right songs? That's like if I was on the show and decided to sing I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, and I of course sound terrible because I can't sing, but then Scott's there like, oh yeah, good song choice. It's like, come on Scott, do your job. Anyway, I'm still rooting for you, Maddie, and next week, please choose a country song. You're a country girl. The beautiful Clark Beckham was next, singing Sunday Morning by Maroon 5 from the movie Cheaper by the Dozen 2. I'm just going to throw it out there that I would watch whatever movie Clark Beckham is in. And I actually liked his movie pitch. I never heard the original song. I guess I could look it up on YouTube, but I ain't got time for that. But anyway, he performed the song acoustically with just him and the guitar, and it was perfect. He made the song his, and it was a great performance. And that left the final two contestants of Jax and Kasim. And Kasim was dressed like The Undertaker this week. Both performers had terrible performances last week. So for me, it was no surprise that they were at the bottom two this week, which apparently is how America is voting. So if you have a bad performance one week, then you're going to be gone the next. Unless you're this guy, and then America will let you go on and hopefully improve. And surprisingly, Jax was the last one picked to sing, and she sang I Want to Grow Old With You by Adam Sandler from the movie The Wedding Singer. The one thing I want to remind you of, Jax, is what you said in your little promo, and the fact is, less is always more for you. The performance was just Jax in a chair and a guitar player beside her. And Jax stayed put in that chair the entire performance, which is what she should do. All I can say is Jax is back. All I can say is this is her lane, and she should not be up there dancing around or with a big band. I'm so glad that she chose this song and this performance, because if she had another performance like last week, then she would be gone. And that meant that Kasim would be the one that was going to be sent home if the judges didn't decide to use the judges' save. But since it was Kasim, the judge's favorite, he was going to get the save and go on to next week. No surprise there. And Kasim sang Come Together by the Beatles from the movie Across the Universe. And like Jax, Kasim is back. The great performer was back, and he even dropped the mic at the end of his performance. And I'd have to say it was one of the best performances of the entire night. Maybe not the best, like Harry was saying, but it was up there. So because of the save being used this week to save Kasim, that means next week 2 contestants are going home. And next week is 80s music, so we'll see what song choices they choose. Hopefully they choose wisely. So here are my bottom 2 performances of the night. My bottom 2 are Rayvon and Maddie. I honestly didn't want to put Maddie in the bottom 2 because I feel that she has a lot of potential, and she was sick like all week, and unfortunately she picked a bad song. Rayvon just did a terrible rendition of his song, which made the song even worse. And I still don't know who Rayvon is as an artist. And because of that, I don't think he's going to make it after next week. And as far as the other least favorite contestant, Daniel, I feel that he's actually improved through his performances, even just a little bit. His voice control is still a little out of control, but because of his cuteness and the fact that a whole bunch of little girls vote, I have a feeling that he's going to make it into probably the top 6. But who knows? Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to go home next week. Remember, there's going to be 2 people going home. Also put down who your favorite performances were and your least favorite performances. Did you agree with my list? Tune in Wednesday to find out who goes home. And remember, peace, love, unity, respect. Peace out, guys.